So there are 12 total skulls, 5 that are inside specific missions, and the remaining 7 that are in the open world. We'll be covering all the in-mission skulls first, then go over all the open world skulls afterward. It is very important to note that as of this video being posted that you cannot repeat any missions, so if you miss one of the in-mission skulls, you'll have to start the campaign over in order to get it. That being said, they are all available on easy difficulty, so you can at least steamroll and speedrun your way back to the mission you missed. The first one is the Boom Skull, located in the first mission. In order to reach the skull, you'll need to enter this double-layered hallway with crates being carried on lifts on the right. You'll jump onto the second lift, then walk onto a crate and grab your skull. Be careful as there is a kill barrier right above you as you do so. In the next mission, Foundations, we'll find the Cowbell Skull. This one will be right after you ride the elevator up and see all the ghost children wandering around. After walking through the door, you're going to look up at the rafters, which is where the skull is. You'll need to make sure you grapple shot your way up the pillar behind you, then grapple again to the rafters. Make sure you check to see if the yellow dot in the middle of your crosshair appears. This indicates that you are in range to grapple whatever you're aiming at. Once there, you're free to grab the skull. In the later mission, the Command Spire, once you get to the section where the hexagonal columns are floating in the air, you'll continue until you see the columns turn 90 degrees. Once there, you'll need to grapple onto one of the columns, then grapple again to the opening in the ceiling. Make sure you turn on your flashlight so you can see where you're going, and then again grapple up to this ledge where the door is. Then follow the path and you'll find the Mythic Skull. Now the Grunt birthday party skull is a little complex. Once you get to the part in the mission repository where you activate the light bridge to continue the mission, you will instead turn right and grapple to the door across the gap. From there, we'll grab the power cell that's located in that room. Now run back out and follow my path so that way we can go back across the bridge so we can get to the opposite room where we'll plug in the power cell. From there, we just proceed through the level like normal. Note, if you mess up and you drop the power cell, it will just respawn back in its original location, so you can try again as many times as you need. Once we get to the section where we're looking out the window, we're going to run forward until we reach a big symmetrical room where a bunch of sentinels and banished are. Once cleared, you'll grapple up to the window, which is normally blocked off, but since we used the power cell earlier, it's now open. There's going to be 4 cloaked elites you'll need to kill, then you can feel free to grab the skull. The final in-mission skull is in the Silent Auditorium. It is very important once you get to the big room where sentinels first appear that you do not kill any of the sentinels, as it will lock a door you need to go through later. I like doing this on easy since it's way easier to not kill any sentinels when you don't have to kill anyone at all and you can just run past everything. Continue through the level until you reach a point where you activate a pair of light bridges. Instead of going left through the level like normal, you will instead go straight through the door where we'll find our skull. If the door is locked, you'll need to restart the mission and try again. Now for the open world skulls. It is highly recommended that you use a wasp or banshee to access these, as they are in hard to reach locations otherwise. First is the catch skull, located at the northwestern edge of the map, guarded by 2 hunters. Take them out and you can grab the skull that's inside the broken tree filled with more skulls. The fog skull is going to be located just south of the catch skull in a cave hidden in the hexagonal walls off the cliff. The I Would Have Been Your Daddy skull is on top of the open world mission, The Tower. Note, I've already gotten the skull during my first playthrough, so it isn't on screen, but this is where it's going to be. Next is the blind skull. It's going to be located in a secret cave in the walls of the giant crevice on the southwestern tip of the map. The Thunderstorm Skull is going to be positioned on top of a giant pillar near the south. Just fly down on top of the lower platform and then grapple up to the skull to grab it. The Black Eye Skull is just south of the Thunderstorm Skull, located behind a waterfall inside of a hidden cave. Get out of the wasp near the entrance and grapple into the cave and claim the skull. The final skull, Famine, is located on the southeastern side of the map on top of a tiny little island. Travel to the back side of said island and you'll find the skull next to the dead elite. And that's all 12 skulls for the achievement Catacomb. If you found this helpful, drop a like and I'll make sure to make more Halo Infinite guides. And until next time, see ya!